Hello. Good morning. The sun is up. It's a rainy day, so there's very little light in here, I'm afraid. Welcome to the gloom of that cabin in the winter. But I must admit, I do love it. I do absolutely love it. So, this morning I'm going to share with you something quite different than I normally do, okay? This is not tarot related, which is very unusual for me. When I had ME, there were certain techniques and healing modalities that I used personally on myself to help me recover. And whenever I have any either relapses or any other health problems, I always go back to these because they're trusted. Now, my number one healing tool is the tarot. The tarot keeps me on track. It helps me recognize when I'm being hard on myself, when I'm being overly dramatic with the negatives. So tarot is my number one tool. My second tool is always the Bach flower remedies. Particularly rescue remedy is excellent if you're feeling worried about a health issue or worried about anything at all, finances, career, anything. Rescue remedy offers a lot of comfort and support. Okay, that's the Bach, B-A-C-H, flower remedy. Okay, now the other technique that I use, which I'm going to try and share with you now, not sure how it will go, is the metamorphic technique. Okay, now this I came across, gosh, about 20 years ago. And the guy who first discovered, or however you want to see this, channeled it, was a reflexologist, and he developed a system of using reflexology in a much more subtle way. And he intended it, rather like Bach did with his remedies, he also intended it to be used in families by lay people, not by qualified practitioners. And I'm all for that, because the simplicity of folk medicine, folklore, is fantastic. And we don't have to go out and find qualified people because we hold our own medicine, yeah? And that's why I love the tarot. The tarot is also based on those simple principles. You have that deck of cards, 78 cards, and it's a book of life. Everything you could ever need to know about life is within those pages, those 78 cards. And as you get deeper and deeper into it, so you evolve and the whole energy of your deck evolves, it's a fantastic experience. So all hermetic, that's the as above, so below, as within, so without teachings are contained within a tarot deck. Yeah, you don't need any other book, just the pictures. The pictures tell you the stories. So, and the numbers help you sort of climb ladders of consciousness. You discover your own ways as you go along with these things. So the Bach flower remedies also, Dr. Bach wanted people to use it within their family groups. It's very, very easy to make yourself if you have a mind to. There are instructions online always. It damages the plants absolutely not at all. It literally is using the vibration of plants. And of course, the metamorphic technique kind of comes in that category. Okay, now I've already treated my right foot this morning. We start with the feet. And I have to say that it now feels mega light in comparison to my very heavy left foot. In general, we start with the right foot. So I'm now going to move to my left foot and describe to you the technique that I'm using, okay? It's very simple. Now, you take your little naked foot and you give it a hug with your hands, and you give it a stroke with your hands, and you kind of say, hello, foot. It's nice to see you. And I love you as you are. Yeah? And then after you finish sort of giving it a general sort of squeeze and hug, you start on the very top, the rounded soft top of your big toe, and just give that a little a little massage in however way the intelligence of your fingers wants to move. And that represents your brain. So it's just nice just to massage where all that anxiety is collecting. Just allow that to soften a little. None of this is too long. I never do it for more than 10 minutes. Some people do it for a lot longer, but I find I'm a very sensitive person, and the change this initiates is quite profound. So I never want to overdo that. So just massaging the very tip of the big toe, just gently. And then, excuse me, it's shifting energy already. And then you're going to move this little massage. However you're doing it, you can do piccolo, you can do little circles, you can just rub. It's entirely up to how your hands feel, and you can change it as the energy moves. Now you're just going to run your massage down the outside edge of your big toe. Okay, and this represents the 9 months that you were in the womb, and so which by extension is your whole life. And you just gently massage that up and down that edge. It's a bony edge. Massage it as much or as little as you wish. And if you have a trusted partner, someone that's on your wavelength, then it's nice to sit back and relax and have someone do this for you. Although doing it on yourself works really well. And you just continue to go over your sort of lumpy, I don't know, where the big toe joins, and you'll find right along the edge of your foot is a sort of bony area, and you can push as hard and dig as deep, or skip along as gently as you wish, and you go sort of up towards the ankle. I'm speeding this up a little bit, up towards the ankle, and then it sort of runs sort of down a bit towards the back of the heel. Okay, so you just keep working this bony ridge and stroking it, sometimes all in one go. I just swept right the way down then, and then I'm going back to doing little circles along it. And I'm just noticing as I go, there are sort of places of very hard skin. There's also places that are very soft and tender. And I'm just noticing, I'm not doing extra work on them or whatever. I'm just noticing the changes as I run down this bony edge of my foot and back up again to my ankle on mine, and then I'm just going to sort of dip, find that bony edge as it sort of goes round to the back of the heel. Okay, and then I sort of work it back the other way, so all of it's connected again. Yes. Well, oh, yes. So at the moment I'm using the flat of my hand just to rub in a general way along that area. Oh, it feels nice. I'm giving the top of my big toe a few rubs as well while I'm up there. Back again, a whole hand massage now for me, all the way, rubbing my hand like that, all the way along this bony ridge on the side of my foot. And, oh yes, that feels good. Now that I've moved some energy, I'm just going to slip my hand around from one ankle to the other across the front of my foot. And I do it as quite a broad sweep usually, because that represents putting into action these shifts of energy that your massage is creating. Yeah, so and particular times of the month when it's good to do these, of course, new moon and full moon. But you can do it at any time. It's really affecting my throat, isn't it? Gosh. That's good. That's good energy. Need more self-expression. Right, now I'm using my thumb as to go around between the two ankles and to go round to the back of the heel and back up, pushing quite deeply, and back up to the top of my big toe, and give that a sort of good massage with my thumb, and then really squeezing with my thumb as I come back down again now, pushing upwards, and quite a firm grip, because the energy, I can feel my whole foot is softening, and saying, thank you very much, oh, thank you very much, this is a lovely massage, thank you. And this is going along the whole timeline of my life, which is a fantastic thing to do. So yeah, that's what you're doing, shifting energy from the past and from the future. It's really very subtle form of reflexology, this is. Okay, so, oh yes, again, big firm hand strokes and thumb strokes on it, as I feel that, yeah. And then how I finish is I kind of reach my hand out way above in front of my big toe. So I'm sort of reaching out to source to bring in new energy. And I'm just stroking the air ahead of my big toe as far as I can reach, about a foot, 2 foot ahead, and bringing it down around my foot. I'm working about 2 inches away from that edge of my foot and doing the ankle to ankle bracelet, as I think of it, going around there and just bringing in more source energy. It's healing energy, beautiful life force, and just working just a couple of inches above the foot and then working further back for a couple of feet behind the heel. And I do this for a few times. Oh, it does feel lovely. Right. Well, that is it. Now I have some energy in my hand. I can feel it. This is not good energy. This is collected debris from my life pattern. So will now, dear, I must do it quickly. I will now rinse my hands in cold water. Cold water is better. Sorry, it really is shifting energy for me. So after each foot, after my right foot, I rinsed and dried. Now after my left foot, I'm going to rinse and dry. I'm going to pause you, and if I'm clever, I'll come back and show you the rest. Oh, it worked, I hope. I think I'm back, continuing. Right, so when I rinse my hands, my voice has changed, you see the energy is rinsed away. I put the tap on as sort of high pressure as it can go and give it like a shower, both hands. I don't rub them together. I give them, because I mainly work with my right hand. So I like to give it like a shower, a really power shower, and see all the energy just go. Well, you don't even have to visualize it. It does. It goes away. Okay, so feet done. Now, the feet, being physically connected to the earth, represent the physical change that we're inviting in, okay? And the hands represent the mental change, the change of attitude, the change of perspective, yeah, the change of mindset. Sorry, we're doing this by head torch. That's all I have. Okay, so on the hands, again, you start with the right hand. So of course you work with your left hand onto your right hand, and you're going to repeat a similar process with the thumb being the big toe and the ankle to ankle being around the wrist. Okay, so literally I start like this, little massage for the top of my head, the crown, and for the brain. For all the thoughts that hang in the air around that I pick up on, all the energies and vibrations. Okay, and then I just start to move. I usually start quite softly and gently, and just down to that first little bend in your thumb. It's representing the first 9 months of your life in the womb. And just massage that a bit. Okay, it's just this bony outer ridge again. I'm sure you can see this bony outer ridge. That's all it is. Up and down there, right down to the heel of your wrist. Okay, so it mirrors your foot, but in a different way, because it's representing your skills, creativity, your mind. Yeah, so it's nice. And so I just work away, and again it's follow the intelligence of your fingers. So you don't think about this with your head. You allow your fingers to relate. Your body knows. Your body holds everything. Yeah? See, already I'm wanting to do that. So you just allow your hands to do what they feel they want to do. And then, when you've generated some energy, you just pop round the back, the wrist, from knuckle to knuckle. That's for putting things into action. All this lovely change that's being generated here. Okay, and I find on my hands particularly, I do it on my feet as well. I do what I call playing the piccolo. And yeah. And also, by the way, when I do this, I'm collecting energy again. When I do this, I usually play some nice soothing music. You know, just rain or music as well as rain, you know, just natural sounds, whatever feels apt. And this is a good time along now to be doing this, because we're going to come up to a full moon quite soon. And so it's good to be prepared, because then things can manifest quite rapidly. Okay, I'm sorry about the lighting. It's the reality. I've been away on a house sit, and by the way, you can do this and chat away if you're doing it with other people. I used to teach this in groups. We all used to just sit and do our own feet and our own hands, and chat away. And it's very soothing and very relaxing to do. So I'll chat away to you. I've been away on a house sit, and I'm literally home until 4 o'clock this afternoon. I've come home at 7:30 this morning, and I'm back on my next sit at 4 o'clock. So I haven't checked on the state of my batteries for my lights. My stove's on. My son came and lit my stove, which is fantastic. So it's all aired. In fact, he kept it going the whole time I've been away, because it's been so damp. You know the weather at the moment. It's nourishing the earth. Right. And so rather as I did with my foot, I then, as I'm closing, I start to bring in source energy from above. And of course, being the mind, it can reach a lot further into that source energy. Okay, so bringing it in, working away, a couple of inches away from the edge of my hand, and taking it round a couple of inches away, round the wrist for the change. Bringing it in and cleansing round there. Bringing it in, cleansing round there. So yet again, I have a little bundle of energy, which if you were outside, you can give to plants. They love it. But as I'm inside, I'm going to rinse it again with cold water. Okay. Hello, I'm back again. Okay, so I've rinsed my hand and done my left hand. Okay, and now I've let my hair down for the next stage. I'll describe this to you in a minute. Back again. Right, so both feet tweeted, both hands tweeted, and washed in between each one And now we work on the head for your spiritual connection. And you start from a little above your head and come down just to the top, very top of your head, and you work down that midline, up and down. As I say, I'd seem to be favouring the piccolo movement this morning. But yes, it's a very nice treatment to give yourself. It's very pleasant to do. It's very simple and so very effective. You know, walking barefoot is brilliant for grounding, but metamorphic is brilliant for change. That can be change for any situation in your life, a health situation, a financial situation, a relationship situation, any change that you want to invite in. Just open yourself up and go in for a metamorphic treatment. Just give yourself a metamorphic treatment. Right now, I'm going to be using both hands down that up above and down that central, and then just coming along the back of my skull and up and round above my ears. It is a lovely treatment. As I'm talking to you, I can't completely relax into it, but yeah, I'm sure once you start working the energy with your own hands, you will be guided and you will feel the sensations, the lightness, the complete and utter lightness. Just carry on working, just down that from above, round, about a couple of inches away from your body again, and then a couple of inches away and up and round and over. There's no rules to this, there's just this sort of particular places that have been found to be effective. And the guy who channeled it, I mean, he had wonderful results with families doing it on autistic children, people with serious illnesses, shifting energies. So it's a real treatment for yourself. So blessings on you. I hope you find this useful. I'm off to wash my hands again, and that will finalise the treatment.